All right, ladies and gentlemen, Christopher Greene, AMTV, hard-hitting and in-your-face island project, bitcoinrich.com. I got some big news today on the 22nd of June as we enter what I believe is a decoupling phase of crypto, blockchain, and Bitcoin. I believe Bitcoin is bottoming, it is consolidating, and it is doing this well ahead of the US stock market. And what it is expecting is the Federal Reserve and the central bank to blink on the interest rate hikes at some point very soon in the future. I believe that the next base layer formation for the secular bull market is being formed right now. You want to be taking advantage of this opportunity, taking massive action. You want to be dollar cost averaging. You want to be building your portfolio construction, all the things that we teach at school. Links below, want to see you there. So let's talk about this, because if you read the mainstream media, they're saying things like, well, Terra Luna, we had the collapse, and now we're seeing firms being bailed out like BlockFi, which we talked about at school. BlockFi has just received a $250 million credit facility, essentially a loan from, what's his name again? Fried? The big 20, I think he's worth like $20 billion over at FTX. In fact, Tom Brady reps FTX. It's a major crypto exchange because, again, all the smart money, all the billionaires, all the professional athletes, even Matt Damon is in over at crypto.com. All these guys are smart enough to get in when the rest of the general public is out. And again, this has been about capitulation. This has been about getting out the little guy, wiping out the middle class and the largest wealth transfer, so now the institutions can pile in. So let's talk about this for a minute. BlockFi is a loan program essentially for crypto. I've talked about this at school, for years now, where basically you can deposit your Bitcoin or deposit your ETH and then get a loan on it, so you never have to sell. Now, of course, we saw Celsius freeze customer accounts in recent days. Okay, they've received no kind of bailout, no help from any outside company. BlockFi and Celsius both in the same space, but I actually think this is good news. Number one, if you don't have your own keys and you're not privately hosting your own wallet, you're not in a position of strength. This is why I teach you how to use a Trezor and a Ledger or any other cold storage technology at school, bitcoinrich.com. So what we have is kind of a dichotomy. Okay, BlockFi is going to be the winner here. We're seeing its balance sheet strengthen. $250 million comes from FTX. They've also provided, I believe, a credit facility to Voyager. Okay, so this is really interesting. Number one, this isn't a bailout. Okay, this is very unlike what we saw in 2008-09 when the large financial institutions and too big to fail banks like Goldman Sachs received TARP funds. Warren Buffett's company that he owned, or JP Morgan Chase received TARP funds. Those are taxpayer-infused bailouts that you tuning in the middle class paid for. This is entirely different. FTX is an independent private company choosing to work with and embolden the balance sheet of BlockFi. You see, this is actually real capitalism. Also, Celsius, notice they're not getting a bailout from the government. Not like the banks, not like Goldman Sachs, not like JP Morgan Chase, not like Bank of America, not like Wells Fargo, another company that Warren Buffett, I believe, has owned and may still own in the past. This is actually true market, free market capitalism. So here's what's happening. This is absolutely extremely bullish. Number one, at some point, the Federal Reserve is going to blink on its interest rate policy. Bitcoin, crypto, the whole market space is decoupling ahead of US stocks. Everyone's wanted to sell risk, right? So for example, we were trading at 3,500 Bitcoin 2.5 years ago, March 2020, whenever that was. Then we peaked at 69K. You see this massive run. Then we get a consolidation like we're getting now. Many cryptos are down 70+% or more. Same with US stocks. Netflix stock down negative 75%. But I don't see any panic on Wall Street about that, telling us that streaming companies like Walt Disney could go to zero, even though they could. Wayfair, the consumer furniture company, down 75%. There's many stocks on Wall Street today down 80%. But we don't hear anything about the FUD, the fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and the panic. But here's why all this is good, because this is why you want to position. This is my opinion, not financial advice, where you're going to make your first $1 million Honestly, in Bitcoin and crypto. People, I've talked to thousands of you that say, Christopher, I wish I would have gotten in and listened to you at Bitcoin 3,500, or I wish I would have gotten in and listened to you under 1,000. I'm telling you, now is your moment. So what we're seeing is a consolidation. Also, we're seeing it pays to be a billionaire. Mike Novogratz, his company, Galaxy Digital, it's like a venture capital firm in the crypto space. Guess what they own and guess what they helped fund? Voyager, right? So it pays to be a billionaire. Notice how they're going to get the loan. Their balance sheet's going to be strengthened, but they're going to let Celsius die and go down in a ball of flames. Same thing with BlockFi. Who do you think was one of the original seed investors? Another very powerful billionaire. Again, guys, it pays to be a billionaire. Peter Thiel, smart investor. He's done incredible over the years. Used to be on the board of directors of Facebook. So we're seeing those two companies emerge as winners. BlockFi, Voyager. Okay, if you don't know who Mike Novogratz is, he's a billionaire. And he's the one that got the famous tattoo on his shoulder that he says now shows him a little humility in the next secular bull market regarding the Terra lunatic collapse, which is absolutely what it was. So my point is, we're building a base here right now. Okay, and I'm not the only one saying this. The consolidation in the space and the strengthening of these certain companies is very bullish. Even Michael Saylor out of MicroStrategy came out, I believe in the last couple of days, an article was sent to me on this, suggesting that we need more regulatory clarity in the crypto blockchain space. So all of this is fantastic news. More regulatory clarity puts a bottom on the market. 70% retracement puts a bottom on the market. Let certain companies fail, which is how true free market capitalism works. Congratulations, guys. Not the bailout kind, because crypto and blockchain will never receive a bailout from the too big to fail government. Okay, they don't get bailouts like Wall Street. They have to operate with true free market capitalism, and this is beautiful. So the companies that are going to win, like BlockFi and Voyager, that are now getting more liquidity, will be the big major players in the space. In fact, Binance US, the Binance equivalent here in the United States brokerage, just announced I think there's going to be no trading fees for spot trading. There's going to be no trading fees. So the whole model's changing. What you're looking at quite seriously right now, Sam Fried, I think is his name, over at FTX, worth $20 billion. You're looking at the next Mark Zuckerberg. In the blockchain space, you're looking at the next Googles. You're looking at the next Microsofts, Apple computers, right now, Teslas, Netflixes, before, they've saturated the market. Now we're seeing that correct as well. So I'm incredibly bullish here, especially with so much uncertainty. And this is another point you need to understand about blockchain and crypto that I believe a lot of critics and cynics don't understand. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, especially when you private wallet it, is the only technological innovation in the world that's truly portable wealth. Okay, gold. I love gold. You should buy gold. You should buy silver. I love real estate. You should buy and own real estate. Okay, just like what we're doing with Island Project. However, it's not portable in the respect you can just move it and put it on your back and move a commercial building or a residential piece of land or property and move it to a different geolocation around the world. You see, this is the true value, okay, of this new digital Noah's Ark and sovereign wealth that is portable and technological. It can be moved anywhere in the world during incredible geopolitical disruption, during war, during instability, during lockdowns, right? During all those concerns as well. There's not a single piece of technology or invention that I'm aware of that allows you to do that. And so this is what is so incredible about this space. So here's what you should do. Number one, learn at school. Put together your portfolio today. Read up and watch the first 10 minutes of our video, bitcoinrich.com. Get in, there's a $100 off promo code with 1000x live. Build your portfolio, okay? Learn what positions to put in there, okay? Learn about exchanges, how to privately host your own funds. Diversify a little bit. Diversify your knowledge base. And then all of you should be preparing for the second phase of this secular bull market, because in about a year or so, we're going to be hitting new record highs, in my opinion. And you're going to wish you got in now. The base case for Bitcoin and crypto is happening right now before your very eyes. A consolidatory movement, consolidation phase in the market, where you want to be buying now on the dip, on the dippy dip, not at peaks. And you want to be dollar cost averaging into that portfolio, earning yield, earning incomes, learning about DeFi, how to borrow against your deposits of Ethereum or Bitcoin, where you're actually in control. And now we're also going to see who the winners and losers are emerging in this space. This is good news. So will Celsius survive? Time will tell. Will they unfreeze customer accounts? Time will tell. But I'll guarantee we will see the big winners emerge in the next few months. And this is happening right now, that will lead to the next base bull phase, okay, of the number one technological invention in the world, blockchain. So anyways, guys, as we approach all this geopolitical strife, as we approach all this uncertainty, as we're living through inflation, as we're living through price hikes, as we're living through all this uncertainty, okay, at the Federal Reserve, at some point they blink. The minute they blink, you'll see more of a decoupling in blockchain and crypto, in my opinion. Crypto and Bitcoin and other risk assets are going to lead that space. I believe it's currently decoupling now ahead of the US stock market, and now is the time that you should be getting in. Again, guys, I've been on camera telling you guys about Bitcoin at 1,000. I've been on camera telling you guys about Bitcoin at 3,500. I've been telling you about it at 69K. And I'm telling you now, this is the time. This is your moment to act. I'm Chris Greene. God bless you. Also get all of the features at school, our outstanding community, tens of thousands of other students, first mover, early bird access to Island Project, soon to launch, July 4, 2022 is our target date, and so much more. I want to hear your thoughts, comments, questions in the box below. And also, I want to see you at school. I have more content and updates coming very, very soon. God bless, and Jesus Christ is King. I'll see you at BitcoinRich.com. So how do you get in? Well, you got to do two things, and they're super simple to have access to this potential future opportunity and Island Project itself, Project 1 in Maui, Hawaii. Click the link below. That's the first thing to do. Join us at school, BitcoinRich.com. You got to have a pre-existing relationship with us. And two, there's a link to my father's brokerage website, LuxuryHawaiiListings.com, of which you can make a reservation and put yourself in line for the release of our roadmap coming soon. IslandProject.com, to the moon and beyond.